presentation for you about addiction and how I learned to be a better person by hitting rock bottom and found out it's not as fun as it sounds. Gather round, dear friends, as I tell you a tale, a wild, absurd, did I actually do that? Story of the mind-bending journey of addiction and eventually recovery. Now let's be clear, addiction is no joke. It's a beast that pulls you under, chews you up, and tosses you around like a cheap chew toy. But hey, if you can climb out of the pit, you'll have some stories that'll make your friends look at you sideways, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be a much stronger person on the other side. So buckle up, because it's a strange trip from low places to high ground. Chapter 1. The fun starts and doesn't know when to quit. So there you are, maybe at a party, and someone hands you a little something. It'll be fun, they say. Next thing you know, it's not fun. It's a full-time job, except instead of a paycheck, you get anxiety, memory loss, and the urge to check your fridge at 3 a.m. just to make sure it's still there. Drugs have a clever way of making you think you're on some life-affirming journey, when really, you're on the world's worst roller coaster, and the operator's left the building. Fast forward a bit, and you're left staring into the abyss, asking yourself big existential questions like, why am I here? And is this really how I pictured my life? If there's one thing addiction guarantees, is that it'll teach you how to regret things in record time. Chapter 2. Rock bottom. The ultimate reality check. Let's talk about rock bottom. Now, you might think rock bottom is just a phrase like, the floor is lava, or we should get back together. But rock bottom? Oh, that's as real as it gets. Picture this. One day, you're telling yourself, hey, it's all under control. And the next, you're eating cereal out of a coffee mug and wondering why the universe looks like it's laughing at you. Hitting rock bottom is like waking up in the wrong room after a party. Nothing makes sense, everything smells weird, and you have no idea how you got here. But here's the kicker. Rock bottom is also the most powerful life coach you'll ever meet. It might not show up with a PowerPoint presentation and a certificate at the end, but it'll teach you more about yourself than any self-help seminar ever could. Chapter 3. The road to recovery, or relearning how to eat vegetables. So you decide it's time to get help. Good for you, good for you. You figure you've survived some seriously bad hair days, so how hard could it be? Turns out, recovery isn't exactly like an inspirational movie montage. It's more like slow motion, real life. Raw. Where you're stuck relearning things like getting enough sleep, and hey, maybe water is better than energy drinks. You might even find yourself staring at a salad and thinking, well, we meet again, old foe. Recovery is full of little moments that make you question your own sanity. You'll realize how weird it is to, feel feelings without trying to shove them into a black hole. But each little victory counts. Maybe you laugh a little more, or cry a little less. You'll find that pizza tastes way better when you're not also eating regret with it. Chapter 4. Meeting a new friend, called empathy. Now here's the real twist. Once you start crawling out of the dark, you realize you actually start to care about other people's problems. Imagine that. Empathy sneaks in like a stray cat, and suddenly you're thinking about people you barely know. Recovery doesn't just make you feel better, it makes you better. Like morally better. You start asking your friends questions like, how are you doing? And you genuinely care about their answer instead of just waiting for your turn to talk about aliens. Those who have escaped the grip of addiction often become part-time therapists, full-time saints, and all-around better friends. You may find yourself volunteering, or just offering your buddy a kind word when he's had a rough day. Instead of insisting he meet you for just one drink, congratulations, you've become that person who actually texts back. Chapter 5. Discovering the mystical power of clean laundry and mornings. Recovery is all about finding joy in the mundane things you once dismissed. Like waking up with a clear head and realizing, oh my God, I have time for breakfast. And it turns out, breakfast is amazing. Who knew toast could taste like such a spiritual experience? Even chores become magical. You do a load of laundry, and suddenly, you're standing there looking at a pile of clean clothes thinking, I did that. That was me. I am a laundry god. It sounds silly, but after the chaos of addiction, even simple things feel like triumphs. Plus, you finally figure out how that broom in your closet works. And sleep? Sleep becomes your best friend. No more staying up late questioning your life choices. Just you, your pillow, and the kind of dreams where you're a wizard at a dinosaur disco, or whatever your brain cooks up now that it's had some time off. Chapter 6. The other side. Life gets hilariously better. When you come out the other side, you don't just go back to normal life. You go back to awesome life. Everything feels new, and you start finding humor in places you wouldn't expect. Why? Because once you've faced yourself at your lowest, little things just don't bother you anymore. You've argued with your own reflection at 2 a.m. No need to lose sleep over a rude cashier. You've seen the bottom of the barrel. And now, bad days have a funny twist to them. And here's the real gift of recovery. You become an unbreakable version of yourself. You realize that you can handle things because you've been through the worst. And you've come out with a smile, maybe a couple extra self-help books. You know how to laugh at the absurdities of life, take things in stride, and see the humor in even the messiest parts. In conclusion, life after addiction, one laugh at a time. So here's the deal. Addiction is no joke, but recovery? That's the funniest, most inspiring, most transformative thing you'll ever go through. It teaches you resilience, humility, and the joy of eating cereal out of an actual bowl. It makes you a better friend, better person, and, most importantly, someone who can laugh at themselves. So if you're reading this and feeling stuck in the cycle, just know there is a way out. And it's not just about survival. It's about thriving, finding joy, and embracing life like you're seeing it for the first time. Recovery isn't just about saying goodbye to addiction. It's about saying hello to a life that's full of laughter, kindness, and the satisfaction of finally mastering laundry. Trust me, there's nothing better than that.